So in Unit 5, Part 2, we connect a little bit of what we did in Part 1, but not every relationship is going to be proportional. That means not every graph is going to be, or is going to go through the origin. And when we saw those questions last week, when it didn't go through the origin, it didn't have a constant rate of change. Like it wasn't, the same K value. So what we are going to introduce is something different that helps us still find the rate of change in a way, where we introduce something called the slope. Now, the slope is the rate of change between any 2 points on the line. Same thing kind of, I guess, as like your y over your x, but a little different. The slope measures the steepness of a line, so how steep the line is. More specifically, the slope is your vertical change over your horizontal. I'll explain that in just a second. Or instead of just y over x, your change in y over your change in x. That's what that triangle means, is the change in y. Again, I'll explain that in just a second. And then instead of k, because k is only used whenever it's proportional, we use the variable m for slope. Now, there are going to be 2 types of slope this year. You'll talk about a couple different ones next couple of years. The first type is when my line is going upward, it is a positive slope because it's going up. Versus if my line is going downward, this is a negative slope, okay? So let me show you how simple this can be. If I look at number 1, in order to find my slope, we are going to find something called rise over run. Rise is my up and down, and my run is side to side. So here's what I mean by that. Look at number 1. Here's how I do it, okay? Every teacher is a little different, so you can follow with me or try to find your own way. Is I put my pencil at the highest dot. Then I'm going to draw a straight line going down and then stop when I get to the dot of my other line, my other dot. So let me do it in red. And then I'm going to draw my line across, connecting it. And if you look at what I've drawn, I've essentially just drawn what looks like a right triangle, connecting those 2 dots. Now, my next step is I'm going to count how long the sides of these 2 sides of the triangle are. So, for instance, I just count the squares from this corner to this corner. So I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on that side, and then 1, 2, 3 on the bottom of that triangle. So I have 6 and 3. Now, the next step is my rise over run. For instance, my rise is the y, which is 6, over my run, which is the x, which is 3. And then we simplify, not divide, simplify. What goes into both 6 and 3? Well, 3 does. 3 goes into 6 twice, and 3 goes into 3 once. And 2 over 1 simplifies to 2. Now, I look at which way the arrow's going. Notice it's going upward, which means it's positive 2, and that's my answer. Pretty simple. Let's try that again. Number 2. I'm going to put my pencil on the highest dot, which is this one. I'm going to go straight down until I get to the other dot, and then I'm going to draw an L, which essentially just looks like a right triangle. Now, I'm just going to count the sides of this right triangle. So from this corner to this corner, it's 1, 2, 3. From this corner to this corner, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, which side is the rise? That means which side is going up and down? That would be 3. So 3 goes on top of my numerator. And then 5 is my run because it's going side to side, which is my x, and that goes in the denominator. So it's 3 over 5. Is there anything that goes into both 3 and 5? There's not. So that's as far as I can simplify it. But I have to look at which way the right arrow is going, the arrow. Since it's going downward, it's negative 3/5. And that's my answer. If I lost you, let's keep going. Again, I'm going to put my pencil at the highest dot. I'm going to go straight down until I get to the other dot. And then I draw my L, which makes it look like a right triangle. Then I'm going to count the sides of my L. So this, or triangle. So this would be 1, 2. And this one would be 1, 2, 3. My rise is the side going up and down, so that's the 2. And then my run is the side going sideways, and that's 3. And I can't simplify 2 over 3 because nothing goes into both. I don't want to divide it into a decimal, but I have to look at which way my line's going. And since it's going upward, it's positive. So my answer is 2/3. Not too bad. All right, number 4. I'm going to put my pencil at the highest dot, draw a straight line going down, and then stop when I get to this other dot. So this one's really, really narrow, like it's really long. So I've got to be careful with my counting. So this one is 2 going up and down, and then sideways it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that one's a pretty lengthy one. Now, my rise would be 2 because that's my up and down, just like my y-axis. And then 12 would be my run because it's side to side like my x-axis. Well, what number goes into both 2 and 12? 2 does. 2 goes into 2 once, and 2 goes into 12 6 times, so it's 1/6. Again, we're not going to divide for this unit. We're just going to simplify. But my arrow's going down, which makes it negative 1/6, and that's my answer. Not too bad. Number 5. I put my pencil on the highest dot. I'm going to go straight down and then across, and then I'm going to count how long those sides are. So the 1, 2, 3 on this side, the bottom would be 3 as well. Now this both numbers are the same, but it would be 3 over 3, and 3 over 3 simplifies to 1. But it's going downward, like we said, so it's -1. Not too bad. Number 6, put my pencil on the highest dot and draw my L. So it looks like a right triangle. I count my sides. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on that side, and then 1, 2 on this side. So then I'm going to do my rise over run, which means my rise is the side going up and down, which is 5, which is like my y. And then my run is 2, and it's just side to side, so it's my x on the bottom. Now, nothing goes into 5 and 2, and so I can't simplify that. I'm not going to divide into a decimal unless it asks me to. And if I look at which way the line's going, it's going upward, so that makes it positive 5 over 2. And then it gets pretty repetitive. So I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to put my pencil on the highest dot and draw a line going down to draw my triangle. I'm going to count my sides. So this would be 1, 2, 3 here, 1, 2, 3, 4 there. I put my fraction, so my rise is 3, my run is 4. I can't simplify 3 over 4 because nothing goes into both. So it's just 3 over 4. But my line's going downward, which means it's -3/4. Don't forget to look at which way the line's going. Number 8. I put my pencil on the highest dot, draw a straight line going down, but stop when you get to the other dot and draw your L. I count my sides, so 1, 2, 3, 4 on that side, 1 on this side, and then I put my rise over run. So my rise is 4 because it's going up and down, and my run is 1, so I put it on the new denominator. Now 4 over 1 just simplifies to 4. Then my arrow's going upward, so it's positive. Last one, number 9. I'm going to put my pencil on the highest dot and then go down and across until I make my triangle. I count my sides. So 1, 2 on this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on that side. It is 2 over 7 because my rise is 2. I cannot simplify 2 and 7 because nothing goes into both. So 2 over 7, and my arrow's going up, so that would be positive.